Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Vibe Code Show. I'm Sandeep, and today's episode we are going to create an web application using the new AI-assisted coding tools from scratch. And if you are a non-technical person like me, follow along. So we are going to go to ChatPRD. You don't know about ChatPRD. It is basically an web application that helps you create product requirement documents. This is primarily meant for creating product requirement documents when you are doing complicated web applications. When you're creating complicated web applications, this tool helps in visualizing what you want to create and prepare the documentation that is required. Usually, you don't need to go through this step, but I like to do this because it helps me prepare context documentation that we can provide to the coding agent, and that helps in creating a very good outcome, in my opinion. So, what we're going to do is write a document and type what documentation we want to create. So, we want to say, hey, I want to create a PRD for a marketing website for the company that does HR and recruitment for mid-market. Right. We are also going to tell what we want in the websites. I want a website convey a brand story. It should have option for candidate to submit their application, display open role, and some infographic. This is what I want. Hit enter and see what comes up with. You could do this on plain ChatGPT or any other assistant, but I find this useful because this team has done a good job of doing all the master prompts and everything that's running behind this. So you don't have to write detailed prompts, and the output is very good with minimal intervention. Okay, so it came back with few things. It's asking for some more context. Let's go one by one and give them it is. Let's say equal traffic from both. Asking whether this site is meant for the clients or the candidates. Brand discovery. What's the core message you want to convey? I'm going to go with what's here. The application flow for candidates submitting applications. Should they be applied to specific open roles only? I want both. Should have both options. Apply for open role and submit resume. For graphic scope, years, business, expertise, placement rate, and similar. Let's see what this comes back with, right? It's asking whether we are building this from scratch or we are placing this from an existing site. So I'm just going to say we're building this from scratch. Okay, I'm going to talk about the flow that we are going to follow. So we came here to the chat PRD, and we are going to generate the PRD documentation here, and then we're going to copy this documentation from here, basically convert that into a prompt, and we're going to use Bolt.ai as our coding assistant today, and we are going to put that on there and then go create the website on that assistant, right? Okay, so this is generating the content. The thing that I like about this using ChatPID instead of the generic applications or generic coding as copilots is basically things through a lot of technical details on how to create a software. So if you are creating any web applications, you are creating any software, just basically. So this helps. It is basically fine tuned to kind of think through the software creation process, go through the software development side. That is what it writes for. For example, this document will be good to give to any developer and they should be able to understand most things what you're trying to say. So it has goals, it has user goals, business goals, and what is not goals. So it's very important. If we would have wrote this manually, it would take us a long time to think through this. The user stories and persona and functional requirements and the user experience and the narrative, success metrics, business metrics, technical scalability, potential challenges, sequencing. So it is a complete requirements document that we would ideally just give to the developer or the engineering team in your org if you are a product manager. I like what it already has here. I'm not going to go much into details here because I'm trying to create a sample. I like what you have here. I'm going to this website using Core AI coding assistant. Use the document you generated, create a prompt, go through this prompt and look at what all you need. Download the document that it prepared previously, export as .md. That's your markdown file. And now we go to bold.new, copy and paste that draft. I'm going to copy the whole thing, copy the relevant parts, remove any other non-instructions in there, paste this here, attach the .md file that we had. Use the prompt and given the attached file to exit to create a website. Ideally, I would use enhanced prompt, but right now I'm not going to use it because the prompt is already here. So Bolt is now doing its work, reading through both the documentation and is thinking through what needs to be done, where it reads everything and then plans the outlines first and then goes and implements it later. Okay, it's done creating the website. The preview should appear any moment. Should get what it has created for us. Okay, so here it is. This is the website that got created. This is first draft. We could go in and edit whatever we want. Let's see. Create a company name. It's a talent page. It has services, open roles and contacts, and a navigation patch, one for clients and one for candidates. It has testimonials. It has open positions. It has filters and sample data in there. So I like this because it has everything that's required. It also looks very professional. Navigation works perfectly. For candidates, it takes you to open positions. For clients, it takes you to the services area. Get in touch, takes you to a form. Submit application. Again, a submission form. Services open role. So you can click on apply now and then it gives you the option to submit. What I would love here is if I Click here, it would open a separate page and give more details about the role. Yeah, I think that's what I can think of from an employment perspective. Maybe I would add like a Calendly or a Cal.com link for anyone that wants to meet. But from that, pretty much that, like we could change the color theme if you want to. But this looks pretty decent, so I'm not going to change that. We could publish it, but if you want to make changes, edit or add a few more features, I want to add a page for, actually, let's just say I want the open role to have navigation built in to open separate page with full details of the role. For now, create some sample job descriptions to fill. Okay, and to go here and say enhance prompt. So what it does is it basically rewrites this prompt. Allow it. So if you can see, it says you're tasked with creating a job listing interface with built-in navigation functionality and sample job descriptions. And it has like everything that you need, like for example, salary range, key responsibilities, and all of that, right? So we're going to run this prompt and see what this gets us. Okay, so the website is updated now. Let's go and check. Right, so this is the same website. So what we asked for it is basically to have view details. Voila, see? Now it moves into a different page, gives you all the details about the role, has benefits and all of that, and then it has apply now and back to jobs. If you click on apply now, you get to apply, or you go to back to jobs and other roles. So this is pretty much what I would love. Like if I'm starting out, if I have a small HR management company, I'd be okay with this website in my opinion. But let me know in the comment section what you feel. So what you're going to do is I'm just going to go and publish this. So this is available for public consumption, right? So it says to security issues. I'm just going to hit publish, see what happens. So while it's publishing right now, when we publish, it is going to publish on a very random domain name that is linked to my ID. If you want to publish this to say a specific domain, for example, say talentbridge.com, you could go here and or project settings and go to domains and hosting, and you could basically connect a domain and put your domain and add some DNS settings, and you'll basically be ready to go. I also want to talk about database. If you go to the database, for each of the forms that we have, there is an option for people to submit for this role. Jobs are the ones that are already published here. You could add a new row. It automatically creates a new job for you, which will be in the UI. And applications, if someone submits an application for one of these roles, you will find that information here. Contact inquiries are on the contact page. If someone submits something, you should be able to see them here. Similarly, if you have other forms, those will appear here and it's easy to use. This is now published, and as you can see, this is the URL that is available here. Maybe I'll just put this in the comments and you can go and check this out as well. If you take this URL and paste somewhere, you should be able to go to that website. But as you can see, it is on bold.host, right? So you could connect this to your custom domain and use it as necessary. And this is a fully working website now. Okay, so that is it for today. In the coming episodes, we'll try to do more complex tasks like creating actual web applications and maybe some mobile applications as we progress. But if you're a non-technical person like me and would like to explore and experiment, this is what we are going to do on this channel, is experiment with all the AI coding and try to build things as a non-technical person. I'm not a software developer, but I'm able to do this. So we'll try to educate people and help people on how to use these tools and how to get the best out of them. Thank you, everyone. That is all for today, and see you in the next episode.